How's it going, Nitrosites? It's me, the Nitro General here, and today, as you can guess by the title of this video, this is my official review of Forza Horizon 4. Now, last week I posted almost exactly a week ago today, I posted a first impressions video of Forza Horizon 4. I had just got it downloaded, and didn't really have a lot of time, but kind of wanted to get a quick video out for you guys who, wanted to get the game within the week. Now, of course, that game really didn't have a lot of review in it. I kind of just posted it, so you guys would know there's official review coming out, and if you guys really didn't want to wait for this video, you could have got it before if you wanted it or not. But this is my official review of the game. So let's get started. Before I get into the video, I do want to let you guys know, of course, there's not really much of a story to the Forza games, but if you really do want to, avoid any spoilers whatsoever, now there's not really a lot that I can give away, really, but if you do really just want to get into if it's good or not, just skip to the end of the video, and you can just, skip all of this nitty-gritty stuff in the middle. Alright, so that's my disclaimer. So, no people in the comments, yelling at me about, spoiling the game for them. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so, like I said in the previous video, the graphics are by far one of the most beautiful in any game I have ever played. They really improved the water, which is one thing that, from Forza Horizon 3, that, I thought was that they can improve, was the animations of the water and everything like that. And they definitely did in this game. Definitely did, 100%. The water is gorgeous in this game. The trees are beautiful. Just the whole graphics are beautiful. So that is 100%, amazing. So you basically start off the game where they show off the 4 different seasons, when they have like 4 different cars. You have a truck in one, a car in another one, like a van in another one, where you're racing bikes. And I can't really remember. It was a week ago, but I can't remember. But again, so they show off the 4 seasons, which are really cool. And like I said in the other game, I really love the seamless transition between the cutscenes and the actual gameplay. So like the car jumps over a ramp and it slows down and you take control just like that. There's no waiting, there's nothing like that. So I really did like that. I know it's not really anything big, but I really like that. Something that I like in these new modern games like this. So basically, as of right now, I think the game is great. There are a few things that I do want to address in this video about the game that I don't really like as much. I guess the biggest thing is that I'm more of a fan of just getting like the cars and customizing them and driving them around and doing like stunt jumps and stuff. I mean, I like the racing, but I'm not like crazy just for the racing. So in like Forza Horizon 3, what I did was I would put the game on the lowest difficulty setting possible, so that I could just get through the races, get as much money as I can, so I could, get, as much as the cars as I can. So, granted, I did the same within this game. I thought the racing would be better, which it is better. I'm not saying the racing in general is way better in Forza Horizon 4, as it should be, as you would guess it would be. But even on the lowest difficulty possible, so you literally can't, make it any easier, it's still insanely hard. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I had been playing for like a half hour, like a couple days after I put out this video, And I was getting so frustrated at, just how, just how stupid it was that I had it on the lowest difficulty setting, and I still was getting like 8th, 9th place no matter what I was doing, because I don't understand. And I just don't understand how they can make the game so hard, especially when you put it on like new racer, because like you would imagine that if you get the new game, and if you had just started Forza, never played a racing game really before, and just got to try it out, that you would be discouraged by how hard the game is to start off with. Now, of course, there are stuff you can do like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? The game helps you steer a little. Assisted steering that you can put on, and assisted braking. But the thing is like when you go around a corner, it'll slow you down when you have that on, basically, so you don't just fly through the corner and crash. Now, of course, your first instinct would be to slow down, and that's what you usually do. But when you have that on, it slows you down so much that when you try to go around the corner, all the cars pass you, and you're like in last place again. Usually, I don't turn that on because I don't slow down a lot when I go around the corners. I kind of just go and then pass as many cars as I can. But yeah, so the whole it being so difficult on the lowest difficulty setting is something that I wanted to address in this video. Now, of course, if you guys have played Forza Horizon 3, no matter what place you get, it just means that you're just going to have to do more races. So the better you do, the less amount of races you have to do to qualify for the festivals. Which I kind of like. So like you don't have to redo the races every time, and which is good. But again, it's just like super hard. The second thing I want to address about the racing is that when you first start off, there is a ton of dirt racing, and then it turns to fall, and it's raining, and all the roads are wet and stuff like that. When you're first starting off, you really would not rather be doing, obviously the dirt road racing and the wet roads are the hardest part of the racing because you're slipping and you're sliding around everywhere, and it just makes everything harder. So again, when you put all these races like that in the beginning of the game, it makes everything so much more difficult. And if I hadn't played Forza Horizon 3 and known how much I love that game, I probably would have returned this game because of how hard it is when you first start off. I mean, it really is. Like, there are a few races that are okay, and once you get past this whole beginning part of the game, you get a bunch more stuff that's better, and you get through it and everything like that. So, but like all the dirt racing and everything like that, you slip and you slide, and I feel like for a new person who's just getting the game, it would be so hard for them to try to control everything. Especially if you try to put it on a lower difficulty setting and it's still so hard and you're slipping and you're sliding around. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was so frustrated playing the game because I couldn't hardly do anything because I was slipping and cars were passing me. And so it's just, that was like the biggest thing for me when you started off the game, that they made it so you can't do anything like that. You can't like drive on just a regular road during the day, not raining or anything like that. So like that was the biggest thing for me, was that it was so hard in the beginning of the game. So like the biggest thing I want to address in this video, I guess these whole last couple minutes of me talking, the biggest whole premise of it is that the biggest complaint I have about the game is that when you're starting off, it's so hard. Alright, so let's get into something else that I want to address about the game. Now, this really isn't more of a complaint. It's more of just kind of like, I don't know what to think. So, when you first start the game, you get a car, and then you get another one for off-roading and stuff. But until you, qualify for the first festival, you can't switch your car. So after you get the off-road car, you're stuck using that car for any of the races that may not even be off-road until you qualify for the festival. And that really irritated me because, the car that you get in the beginning is much more suited for regular racing, not dirt road racing. And so your car that you get is slow, you can't tune it up, you can't do anything with it yet until you get to, qualify for the first race. So that was something I really didn't like. And then you end up in the beginning of the game, you do like a test drive thing for a movie producer. You're kind of like a stunt driver. And that was really cool. I really like the implementation of that. And there's more things you can do for this guy throughout the game. And so you take that car, and then after you beat that, you come back after you qualify for the first festival, and he gives you a house that, they were using for the movie that they were working on. So it's basically your house. So instead of you going to the festival to change your cars and everything like that, you go to your house, which I think is super cool. I haven't really gotten to the point in the game to see if there's like other houses you can buy and stuff. I think that's a really, really cool implementation that you don't have to go to the festival to change your car. But you finally get to the house, and then that's when you can change your car back to the other one. And they added in, character customization. And I was kind of, skeptical about this, and I still am pretty skeptical about it, because the game is a racing game. It's not a, you barely ever see your character. The only time you see your character is in little tiny cutscenes, because they have different cutscenes in this game now where there are other characters, and your guy will be out of the car talking to them, which is kind of cool. I do like the implementation of that. But, like the character, the way that they move and the way that they talk is not very good. Now that doesn't take away from the game at all, because again, the game is a racing game, not like a GTA game. So you don't really care about the customization of the people as much. So they give you like, I want to say like 8 or 10 different avatars that you can pick from, girls and guys, and then you can like pick hats and costumes and stuff for them. I did think it was kind of funny that they had like chicken costumes you can get to wear. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But the biggest thing that I just wanted to address in this video are they have emotes in this dance. Emotes. In this game. They have emotes in this game. So obviously, you guys know what Fortnite is. One of the most popular games at this point in time. It's like a battle royale game. And they add like in dances and stuff that you can do in the game. And they added that in Forza. So there's like 20, probably more than that. There's probably like 50 different emotes that you can get to do when you start the race and then when you finish the race. And there's even some from Fortnite. And I don't really know what to think of this. I think they're seeing how successful Fortnite was, and they're like, oh, I want to try that. Fortnite was really successful. Let's take something out of that and put it into this game. But do you really need emotes? Like, do you really, in a racing game, do you need emotes? Like, I'm not saying this makes the game any worse, because by far it's an amazing game. I just think the implementation of the emotes was just a little weird, and I think it definitely was not needed. And personally, I don't like it. I guess it's kind of cool, but again, I feel like they're trying too hard to make the game more popular, when if they just did what they did in the previous Forza game to do stuff that no racing game has ever done before and not copy any other games, it probably would be that's what I really liked about the other Forza game. So yeah. So basically that is all I have for the complaints about the game. Or just little things about the game that I wanted to address in this video, because I did want to make it as complete as I could for you guys. So if you wanted to get the game, you knew what you were getting in for. So they have like a ton of new cars in the game. They even have a lot of like older cars, like there's like 1940s and 1950 cars in the game. and I really like that. Again, they're more expensive cars. The one thing I was always kind of annoyed is that a lot of the cars are like really, really, really high in the money, and you always have to grind so much. You do so many races to get it, but that's not a really bad thing. It's basically just it's more of a racing game than it is just for cars. So like the more racing you do, the more money you can get to buy these cars. So that's really cool. I do really like that. They added in a new level system, which as you gain levels, you can get different clothing for your character, different emotes, different cars, you know, CR points, which are just credits that you can use to buy cars and stuff like that. It's basically the same, you know, tuning process as in Forza Horizon 3. You just, you know, get the car and, you know, do the different things that increase your speed, your handling, braking, you know, stuff like that. And then, you know, the painting of the car is basically the same. They still have the gold and the bronze and the silver and, like, the rainbow colors and the camouflage that you can put on them and the manufacturer colors and stuff like that. So it's, like, it's basically the same for the third one, and I'm kind of glad that it was because I really didn't want them to, like, change way too much about that. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. So basically, yeah, that whole thing is... You know, this whole part of the game is really cool. They have barn finds again in this game, which was my favorite thing in Forza Horizon 3, was for him to be like, oh, there's another barn over here. Why don't you go find it? And then you get, like, an old classic car. I think that's really, really cool. The implementation of that was pretty great. So, yeah. I guess we're probably about getting to the end of the video here. So, overall, besides the game being so hard in the beginning... I think the game is really good. So if you guys are trying to skip to the end of the video now, right here is where I'm done, you know, spoiling anything for you guys. So, yeah. Alright, so, out of 10 stars, I would probably give this game about a 7.5. Probably would be closer to an 8.5 or a 9 if it wasn't so hard in the beginning. But yeah, that is my biggest complaint about how hard the game is in the beginning. And it's still hard when you're racing. Like, I don't understand how they can add in all these, how it can be so hard when you're racing and when you're on, like, the easiest you can go. And I'm still struggling, even though I was getting, like, first place in all of the races the last time. But again, I'm not really complaining about this. If you love the racing, maybe it won't be as hard for you. So, again, these are all my own opinions. Feel free to disagree if you guys already have the game. If you guys are really thinking about the game. This is all I wanted to get out and tell you guys. So, if you guys were thinking about it, you might want to get it or not. If you're thinking about asking for Christmas, which is only a couple months away. Yeah. So, yeah. So, that is all from me, guys. Again, I give the game probably about a 7.5 out of 10. It's a great game. I'm really hoping that as I get way, way farther into the game, that it will exceed my expectations and, you know, everything like that. Alright guys, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment down below. Make sure to leave a like on this video. Tell me what games you want me to review. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu come out in less than a month, guys. And I am so hyped for it. I have already pre-ordered the dual pack of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And I already have the regular version of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu pre-ordered. And I am so, so excited to get these games and get a review out for you guys. I'm really hoping that I can get it out within the first week of them coming out, because I know they come out close to Christmas, and I know you guys might want to, you know, check it out, get my opinion on it, so you can ask for it for Christmas or whatever. But, alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I tried my best to not, you know, let my own opinions take over way too much, except for the whole emotes part of the game, but yeah. Alright guys, so again, I'm the Nitro General. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace.